everybody, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Laura, and today we are doing the yes or no pick a card reading. This is the second time I'm filming this video. I deleted the whole thing. Oh my gosh. Give me a like, give me some love down below to make my day a little bit better. And before we dive into the different groups you can choose from, I just want to remind you guys that I do offer personal readings on my website, spiritpsychic.org, so go ahead and get that. Okay, so ask your question out loud or in your head. Get really clear about what your exact question is, what you are asking about. And once you have done so, take a look at all 5 of these crystals that you see on screen and select one of them, just one, that you feel most drawn to when you ask that question. If you're asking multiple questions, I would really pause the video and ask one by one, and maybe even write down what group each question belongs to, which one you felt guided to with that question, and then you can watch through or skip ahead using the timestamps. We have group number 1 with the Amethyst, group number 2 with the Moonstone, group number 3 with the pink Tourmaline, I never know how to pronounce that, group number 4 with the Azurite, and group number 5 with the Aragonite. Once you've selected your group, you can skip through or watch through. Hello, group number 1. Let's get a yes, no, or maybe so answer to your question. So the rune that came out for you is Thorisaz, and it kind of came out neither upright or reversed. It was on its side like this when I threw it onto the table. This rune represents thorns and boundaries. So whatever you're asking about, you're being asked to have really good boundaries at this time. Usually this rune comes out when, I don't want to say there's some type of danger present, but when not everyone may be working for your greatest good or on your side. So just be careful with whatever question you're asking about. Make sure you have proper boundaries here to protect yourself, protect your wants and needs. It's not saying necessarily that anyone is out to get you or not good for you, but it's more so saying with healthy boundaries, you can have something good. You know, good fences make good neighbors. It's not necessarily that your neighbors are bad people, but when you have proper boundaries put into place, your chance of aggravating each other is a lot less likely. So we're talking about boundaries with whatever question you asked. Also, this can talk about boundaries with yourself. Are you having proper boundaries when it comes to your own thoughts and the way that you speak about a situation? So for example, and I don't know why this is the first example coming into my head, but if you are constantly bothering yourself watching readings, asking questions about an ex, for example, having proper boundaries with yourself is saying, you know what, I'm gonna look at things for what they are right now and live my life accordingly. So this rune is just saying have proper boundaries with whatever it is that you're asking about, and in your life in general. Make sure you're safe, make sure you're protected. Now let's dive into the yes or no cards. We are doing mostly oracle cards and then 3 tarot cards to kind of get some insight and some answers. We have recovery happening here. I'm seeing like a lot of visions about hospitals and recovering and health. Okay, and I understand that that is definitely not going to resonate with most people who selected group number 1, but there is a theme here of becoming better, and I feel like these healthy boundaries has something to do with that. So for example, if you're asking a question, will my health improve? Yes, it will improve if you have healthy boundaries with yourself and you say no to any unhealthy food, activity, or thing. You know, you have to have boundaries with yourself and with others. No, I will not be drinking. No, I will not be smoking. No, I will not be doing this or that. So I don't know, I'm seeing something here where healthy boundaries brings you to having more health in a situation. Same message can apply to relationships, having healthy boundaries with a person. No, you will not disrespect me. These are my boundaries. You will not pass them, etc. And really figuring that out for yourself will help you recover with this person. It'll help you become stronger. It'll help you heal from whatever it is that you're going through. I'm seeing a lot of healing going on here. We have yes. That's a great yes answer. I was really feeling a yes answer from this reading. I'm seeing the answer yes with recovery. Yes with healthy boundaries this time around. Yes with making a changed effort. So I don't know, some of you guys might have asked, like, will this relationship improve? That would make sense. Will my health improve? That makes sense. I'm seeing questions around that. So we have a very clear yes answer from this deck. This is from the Angel Answers deck, and it has very precise answers. There are only 2 cards in this entire deck that say the word yes, and you have one of them. It's a soft yes, okay? Because the other yes one is yes with an exclamation point, which is like yes 100%. This is like yes but, or yes and. So there's a stipulation here, okay? We have Orphaned coming out, and the number 5 might be significant to you in some way, or the month of May, which is when I'm filming this, may be significant to you in some way. The 5th day of a month, if there's any 5-year-olds in your life, I guess. Life Path 5 as well may be significant. This Orphaned card is really, I don't know, I'm seeing here a sense of something that was abandoned in the past. So maybe you abandoned your health, or a relationship was abandoned, or you felt neglected. And it's like, with proper boundaries, that's the whole point of having boundaries. That's the whole point of setting up these systems, so that you don't even put yourself in the position to get hurt in the first place, okay? Having boundaries is taking precautionary measures so that you don't even give people the opportunity to hurt you. You don't even give yourself the opportunity to get in these bad situations. And I feel like previously in this situation that you were asking about, you didn't do enough precautionary inner work to really secure what you already have, okay? Secure what you have, like your mental health, your physical health, your belongings, whatever. I'm seeing something here. It's like buying a house and then like just not buying any locks for the house. It's like you're not taking any safety measures, and then some weirdo might come up and break into your house, and it's like, well, yeah, you have to have proper boundaries there. So I don't know, I'm seeing a lot of energy surrounding that, but overall the energy is really positive. We have a yes. Now, depending on what you ask, that might not be a positive answer, but we do see a recovery period here. So even if it's not a positive answer, you will be better off with that being the answer. Does that make sense? Let's get some more information. So coming from Mama Moon, we have the full moon in Taurus. Your dreams need a practical plan. Yes, I feel this so hardcore for you guys. You need to have practical measures put in place to ensure the health and the safety of whatever it is that you're asking about. Your relationship, your child, your health, your job. Do you have safety measures put in place? Even if you are asking about a job, do you have a backup plan? Do you have an emergency savings account? Do you have a resume prepared just in case you need to leave that job? Do you have systems set in place to make sure that you are never stuck anywhere? Your dreams need a practical plan. Yes, your dreams will happen. Yes, your desired outcome can happen here, but you need to take practical measures to ensure that you do not revert back to anything bad, or you don't enter into anything bad, you know? Like, make sure you're taking the practical steps, the precautionary measures. This is a situation where you have to apply a lot of logic and not be naive. Do not be naive here, okay? And if you're asking about a person, it's, again, not saying that they're necessarily a bad person. No one is really a bad person fully and completely. You know, everyone has their story, everyone has their light and shadow attributes. This is saying, though, like, don't even put yourself in a position to allow others to hurt you. You know what I mean? Like trust, for example. That's why it's so important not to overshare. You should build trust over time, little by little, not all at once sharing your entire life story with someone, which is something I was totally guilty of in the past. I never used to understand why oversharing was so troubling. Like, why does everyone keep telling me not to overshare? Because in my mind, I'm like, I can go up to anyone, have a deep conversation, tell them my entire life story, and now I feel like we're best friends. But that's the problem. You feel like you're best friends, and you feel like you can completely trust this person, but you just met. You haven't been around them long enough to know if they are trustworthy. It's a false sense of intimacy. Intimacy is something that can only truly be built over time through shared experience and overcoming challenges. So don't even put yourself in the position to get hurt, y'all. I feel like you're learning a lot when it comes to boundaries this season. So your 3 tarot cards to finish off is the Ace of Swords reversed. Absolutely. This is definitely the card of like putting up some boundaries, not over giving, not putting yourself out there. Sword, if we think of a sword, what is it used for? Okay, the true purpose of a sword is to defend yourself, to defend what you believe is right. Now, some people take it way too far and they attack other people. But the whole point of having a sword in the olden days was to defend what was yours, to have that proper boundary, and everyone would carry swords around, and they would have manners, they would be nice, they would be pleasant, but try me, see what happens, you know? So I'm just saying, like, this is like the ultimate, especially in reverse, card of having proper boundaries. Also, there may be a current blockage in communication here, so if you asked about a relationship or something like that, or you're just in a predicament where you don't see where it's going just yet. So if you're asking about a goal that you have, this could be like you're having a hard time seeing when it will happen, how it will happen. There's just a blockage here in knowing and having answers. You don't have the answers right now, okay? And the answer to you not having the answers is developing this practical plan for yourself and making sure you're safe and protected. So other 2 cards, we have the 2 of Swords. Wow, okay, so a natural progression, we go from Ace to 2, which shows me that things are moving forward even if they seem like they're not, okay? And again, this is a card of protection. This is a card of not moving forward until you know it's safe to move forward. Not just being reckless with your decisions, but being really conscious and thoughtful and, you know, making good decisions to move forward. There may be some overthinking involved here with you that is clouding your judgment and actually preventing you to move forward. Also, I would say have some more confidence when it comes to your ideas, when it comes to the things that you intuitively feel like will lead you to this path of growth and recovery in whatever you asked about. Okay, believe in your ideas, take action on your practical plans. Don't let overthinking get in the way. And then your final tarot card is the 6 of Cups in reverse. This really is showing me that some of you guys are asking about someone. This could be a relationship for some of you, obviously not everyone, where you may not be speaking. You may not be on speaking terms with them, or you're like waiting for your success, waiting for your happiness to come in, and you just feel like it's taking a long time, okay? There's 2 different like situations I'm getting here, but one thing is for sure, you just want happiness, you just want peace in whatever you're asking about. And in order to get there, instead of waiting, instead of hoping, you're being asked to develop a plan and to make better choices, to follow your intuition here. But whatever you asked, we have a clear yes to that question, so take it how it resonates for you. Thank you guys for joining me. Like this video, comment your question down below if you feel comfortable and how it resonated with you. I would be so interested to hear that. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And if you want a personal reading with me one-on-one, the link to that is in the description, spiritpsychic.org. I'll see you for the next one. Okay, group number 2, welcome to your Yes, No, Maybe So reading. We are going to start with a rune, and the rune that you received is Canon. And it did come out in reverse for you. Now this is the rune of enlightenment, and it represents, back in the olden days, they would use torches to pass knowledge from place to place, to pass information. And with this rune in reverse, it's really representing the fading of a light that was once in your life. So for example, if you're asking about anything involving the past, any old relationship, anything like that, the answer is it is fading away, dead, done, over with, time to find more light elsewhere. I know that sounds really harsh, but I mean, that's what the rune means. Like, what do you want from me, okay? It's actually a really good rune, and it's asking you to take on a philosophical attitude here and understand, like, the passing of time is a beautiful experience. And when one thing exits your life, there are so many more beautiful people, experiences, and situations awaiting you in the future that are much more aligned with who you are as a person. So there are new experiences waiting for you in the future. So it's a positive rune. It's just reminding you to have this sort of philosophical attitude of everything has an expiration date, everything passes with time. And that is no reason to necessarily be like devastated. And it's just asking you to not take on a really strong attachment to people or things from your past and to look at things philosophically. So whatever you're asking about, I am very curious if there is a past element here saying let go of the past. But let's see, we're going to do some oracle cards and 3 tarot to kind of clarify and get more specific answers. We have this situation will improve. You're definitely leveling up in life. I feel a glow up happening for you. I feel like who you were once before is now fading away and you are entering this new era. And we have, of course, improving health. Absolutely. I'm definitely getting strong visions of you leveling up, like for real, on every single level, like improving your mental health, improving your physical health, improving your mentality in life, maybe even making more money, getting a better job. Just like all areas seem to be leveling up, and you're taking on a higher degree of gratitude. You are going outside of the box, doing things out of your comfort zone more. And I feel like this leveling up is happening because you are gracefully letting the past go to the past. And I feel the sense of you relinquishing control over the situation, whereas before you might have had really strong attachments in trying to keep something or someone together, keep something in your life, trying so hard, trying to find every solution to make something work that was just a fading light. And now you're allowing it to pass, and you're allowing the universe to do what it does. And you are gracefully letting things exit your life naturally, if they will, and gracefully allowing this new chapter to unfold, this new light, this new dawn to arise. Wow, really philosophical, really beautiful. And see here in the card, she's literally heading towards the light. She's leaving the darkness behind. Stunning stuff. And look at all of the beautiful, I see this almost as like a kundalini rising, a kundalini awakening. Your energy levels are increasing. You are activating more energy, more parts of yourself that have previously been unexplored. You are now exploring it. You are leveling up. You are rising. You are improving your health. Wow. Beautiful stuff. Wow, what a great answer. So I don't know if this is an exact yes or no answer to the question you were asking, but hopefully whatever you asked, you understand what the answer is given the information that we are getting. We have message in a bottle. Okay, so to me, this is representing some communication coming through, and the number 15 may be important to you as well, or the number 6, because it reduces to 6 in numerology. We have 1, we have 5. 1 is focusing on yourself and your own journey, your own energies, improving your own health in all things in life. 5 is the number of change, allowing time to pass, allowing things to change. Together, numerologically, they make 6, which is love. To me, the number 6 is about family, it's about love, it's about kinship and creativity and just feeling blessed in life. So all of these factors are kind of coming in. We also see a telephone in this message bottle, so I do expect more communication here. If you're asking if this person will reach out again, I would say yes. If you're asking anything about communication or hearing back from something, I would say the answer is yes. Yeah, I'm seeing positive communication coming through. I almost do wonder, for some of you, oh man, I'm really scared to do this reading for anyone who is asking about a past person, because on one hand, I am seeing the past is like in the past, but on the other hand, I am seeing like new communication coming in, so maybe you're making peace with each other, or this could be new communication from a new person. I don't know. We're gonna get more cards. Okay, from Mama Moon, it says adjustments are required, 3rd quarter moon. So pay attention to anything that may need changing in your life at this time. I mean, like if you know that you struggle in any area of life, make the adjustments that you need here. Or if you notice a certain flaw in something that you're doing or in a way that you're presenting yourself or the situation that you're asking about, make some adjustments here. The 3rd quarter moon adjustments are required, are like the moon, the energy of the moon is illuminating issues that may exist in a plan, that may exist in a relationship, that may exist in whatever you're asking about. And as you notice these problems, just make solution after solution. As they arise, fix it. And that's kind of how it goes in life, right? So I definitely will say that to manifest this positive outcome, there's still some more kind of work that needs to be done within yourself. I feel like this is a reading talking about your own inner vibration and changing your mindset when it comes to this situation. I'm seeing a higher degree of independence. I am seeing you bettering yourself as a person after something has exited your life naturally. After some ending that has happened, you are taking this time to focus on you, and because you are focusing on you and becoming a better version, that is attracting some really positive situations in your life, and also some incoming messages and opportunities that will be really exciting for you. But continue making these adjustments here, continue doing the work. It may not be time just yet, but it will come soon. I don't know what that means. I have no idea what that means. I just felt guided to say it. So last, we're going to finish off with some 3 tarot cards to further clarify any of these messages. We have the Queen of Wands. Exactly. This is you. Straight up. This is you having an increased light in life, focusing on your light. Look at all these little candles around her too. Remember when we were saying like there's a light that's fading and it's time to let that go? You are surrounding yourself with all of the light that already exists in your life. You're no longer trying to cling on to this thing from the past that isn't working anymore. You are finding the light that exists in your life right now. And I'm almost seeing you going out more, being more social, being more creative, making better use of the opportunities and the things that exist right now in the present moment. So instead of longing for something that is exiting your life, instead of, I'm getting this vision that is so specific of like being on this like almost like flat grassy land. It kind of, to me in my mind, looks like Scotland for some reason. And and the light is fading. The sun has been going down, and all night long without that sun, you're just like, oh my gosh, I just want it to rise from that same spot. I just want it to last a little longer. When if you could just turn around, you'll see that the sun is going to come up on the other horizon, on the other direction. I know that's such a weird specific vision, but to me it's like you're longing for something that has already been in the past, and something of equal or greater value is coming, but you're looking in the wrong direction. Look towards the present moment and what you can do right here in the present moment to increase your enthusiasm, your positivity, your joy, your quality of life. That will bring you back this thing that you are losing, but it'll be even better when it returns. So we have the 10 of Pentacles, so this could have to do with family, friends, home, or money. Could be health as well. 10 of Pentacles shows a lasting legacy. It should also, I don't know why I keep seeing like communication from a person for some reason. That might change the question that you asked about. But I mean, this is a really good omen for money. This is a great omen for family, for longevity, for commitment, for long-term relationships. So we love to see that, but it comes after the Queen of Wands era, okay? Queen of Wands era is like following your dreams, living in the present moment, being enthusiastic, really individualistic, okay? And then we have the World. Wow, all positive tarot cards. Brand new beginning, the beginning and the end. And I'm really paying attention to this Ouroboros here, kind of going in a circle of life, you know? And this is just such a philosophical reading to me, because it's like, you are acknowledging the things that are ending, and you acknowledge that it's time to have this tower moment. It's time to let those things go, because you're trusting that only good things are coming. You're trusting the universe. That's the way of life. That's the way of nature. And it's such a waste of human intelligence to resist it. It's such a waste to be worrying so hard trying to hold together something that just isn't happening. It doesn't have any natural chemistry. It doesn't have any natural place in the present moment. To try to cling on and hold on to that, it becomes stale, it becomes stagnant, it becomes infectious. So I just see this really, I don't know if you guys are gonna like meditate a lot more, or you're doing yoga or something, because the perception that I'm picking up on is like the same type of mindset that I get after a really long meditation, where I'm just like, yes, exit my life because I trust that beautiful new things will come in. You know, it's this philosophical type of trusting the cycles of the universe. that is going to bring you beautiful things that are even greater than the things you've experienced in the past. I'm seeing this upward momentum, this upward cycle. So as things exit your life, something even greater is coming in. And this is the 10 of Pentacles. This is everything you want financially, physically, with a commitment, in a partner, in a family. Like, it is beautiful. And we see some type of message, a new start, new communication coming in for you soon if you take on this attitude that we were talking about. Okay, so I'm sorry if that wasn't a very clear yes, no, maybe so answer, but it is very positive. So however, whatever answer that would be for your question, that is your answer. Okay, thank you guys for joining me. Comment what your question was down below and how this resonated. I would be so interested to know that. Like this video to help a gal out, and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. I do pick a card readings quite regularly, along with other spiritual chit chats here and there. So thanks for joining me. Bye bye. Hello, group number 3. Let's see what the answer to your question is. Yes, no, or maybe so. So the rune that came out for you is Wonjo. And guys, you could not ask for a better rune. I swear, this is literally the rune of happy endings. No matter what you're asking about, no matter what the answer is to your question, there is a extreme happy ending happening here, okay? So this is like literally the rune of like domestic happiness, money, wonderful business dealings, especially good for falling in love and romance, because it particularly denotes physical beauty and attraction and just all good things, guys, all good things. I'm so happy for you that, like, this is, I can't emphasize how tremendously good your energy is for whatever you asked about. Like, the situation will turn out way better than you expected. So with that being said, let's get into the oracle cards. Watch, I say that and now all these bad cards come out, but no, it's not like that. We have a big no answer, which is fascinating because we have a happy endings rune and then a huge no answer. No with an exclamation point, okay? And then we have there is something better. So, I don't know what you asked, so I don't know if this is a happy or a sad no for you, if this is what you want to hear, if this is not what you want to hear. But one thing I do know with absolute certainty is that even if this is not a happy no answer, like you didn't want the no answer, there is something so much tremendously better than this situation awaiting for you. Okay, like there is, like, literally, there's something better. Point blank simple, you literally got a card that says it. Especially if you're asking about love, especially if you're asking about money and career, especially if you're asking about your living situation and home. Like, there is something even better. I got the message. Someone here is asking, will I get this home that I want? And Spirit is saying no, because there is something way better that you are gonna have the opportunity to get, like cheaper, better neighborhood, everything. Like, that's what I'm saying. So it might be like you're disappointed in hearing no, but it's like, if only you knew what else there was, that there's a much better thing happening here. Okay, moving on. We have no place like home. Yeah, isn't that weird? I literally was just giving the example of home and now we have no place like home. So I really do wonder if a lot of you are asking about like a domestic situation, a living situation. I definitely feel like things are improving for you on the home fronts at this time. So if you're asking about moving, if you're asking about roommates, if you're asking about a living situation, it's coming out as very blessed. Also, the number 50 is here, standing out. If we look at the number 5 is the number of change. So change in location, change in the energies at home. And the number 0 is a fresh start, where anything is possible, new beginnings abound. Really interesting. Really interesting. Okay. Coming from Mama Moon, we have the void, of course, Moon. Nothing will come of this situation. So, you know, I'm just getting a lot of these messages here, like, let's take a look at them. We have a big no with an exclamation point, and as I was explaining to group number 1, in this deck, it's the Angel's Answers deck, there are only 2 no cards. Okay, there's only 2 cards in this whole deck that say no. There's one that just says no, and there's one that says no with an exclamation point, like a huge 100% no. You have the no with an exclamation point, and you have there's something better, nothing will come of the situation. I feel like your spirit guides are almost telling you to not go forward with something that you're thinking about doing. Like, if any of you are thinking about hitting up your ex, for example, this is your answer. No, there's something better. Nothing will come of the situation. Or if you're worrying, okay, here's one that I really see a lot of you might have asked about. If you asked a question from the perspective of worrying, like, will this become worse? Will this unfold negatively? Do they hate me? Anything like that that's based in fear and worry, I am totally seeing here your spirit guides are like, stop it right now. Nothing will come from you worrying. Nothing is going to come from you having so much fear. There's a huge message for everyone watching, like, stop being so pressed about this situation. Stop being so fearful. Stop worrying so much. Nothing good will come from you being fearful. Nothing good will come from you staying in that negative mindset. You have literally the most positive rune in all 25 options that could have come out. You have like the most positive one. All good things are coming, and you're just not like allowing yourself to see the different possibilities, is what it feels like. I'm just being honest with you. Okay, let's get your 3 tarot cards for clarification. We have the 2 of Pentacles in reversed. Whenever a 2 comes out, especially like 2 of Pentacles, 2 of Swords, to me it just feels like kind of being in a limbo, not really sure where things are going. So in reversed, this could be like things don't feel super balanced right now in your life, maybe financially not balanced, or with your health, or just kind of like temperament wise, like things just aren't really steady, stable, balanced within yourself for some reason. It feels like something small could rock the boat quite easily here. So that's really interesting. We also have the 9 of Wands. Again, here's that fear, that anxiety, that sense of like trying to protect yourself, trying to protect, I don't know, like literally having a wall up. That's what the 9 of Wands represents. Like, she has all these wands that she gathered. These are representing her responsibilities, the things she loves in life. And she's been hurt before. So she uses those experiences to kind of shield herself, shelter herself. And she's looking very distrusting at the viewer, right? So I just don't think anything good is coming from fear, negativity at this time. Be really cautious about having that mindset. We also have the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. I see this. Some of you might have asked about money. You might have asked about health, and things might have been a little sporadic, feeling like debt may be getting out of hand or financial failure. And look, there's literally nothing to worry about, because look what's on the horizon. The Queen of Pentacles, which is literally the wealthiest of the queens and the most successful in terms of home, in terms of money, in terms of health. That's what she rules over. She's earth energy. She has all of her needs met, okay? All of her physical, mental, emotional needs met. She makes sure that her cup is filled, and then she gives to others the excess. She never pours from her own cup. She gives away the excess, but she makes sure that her cup's full first, okay? She's not inviting people over for dinner if she only got enough food for her, all right? That's not how the Queen of Pentacles rolls. She has way more than enough, and then she has these huge feasts for everyone to enjoy, and it brings her a lot of pleasure because she built that excess. She built that abundance in her life. That is the better that you are accomplishing here. For many of you, I'm really seeing a dream acquired here. I keep coming back to this vision of your dream home, of your dream career, your dream amount of income and money coming into you. So I really feel like you will be doing that at some point in your life. Like, you may be working up to it. I'm not saying it'll happen tomorrow. Could for some of you, but like, I definitely feel like you will accomplish this Queen of Pentacles energy at some point in your life, if not already. having beautiful friends and family, home, all your needs met. Like, what else could you ask for? You know what I'm saying? Right now, you may be a little bit fearful on this journey of building that, and your spirit guides are really saying, like, if only you could see what lies in the future, you would not be worrying right now. You would not be freaking out right now. And you wouldn't be settling. You know, sometimes we settle for people and situations that are way beneath our standards out of this fear that we can't get better. And Spirit's saying absolutely not to that. Do not take on that mindset. Stay in your queen energy with what you are asking, okay? So that is your answer. Nothing's coming from fear. Nothing comes from lowering your standards. Nothing's coming from worrying. Nothing good, at least, all right? So let that stuff go. You are totally manifesting your dream home, dream life. I don't know how that correlates with the question that you asked. I'm very curious as to what you asked, so leave that in the comment section down below. Like this video, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. I offer pick a card readings quite a lot. I don't know, I really like this ask whatever you want format, so I might be doing more of these in the future. I don't know. Leave a comment if you want me to do that. I'm still toying with the idea. And if you want a personal reading with me one-on-one where you truly can ask multiple questions of just what you want, and I'm only focusing on your energy, not this group energy, the link to that is in the description, spiritpsychic.org. Bye-bye. Hello, group number 4. Welcome to your yes, no, maybe so reading. Let's dive into it. So your rune that came out for your question is called Sowilo, and this is the sun rune. It is a really good indication for this reading, okay? First off, if you asked anything legally, you will have a favorable outcome. This is having the outcome that you desire. It's also a good rune if you have been in really dark, troubling times, struggling with anything, struggling with health, with wealth, with happiness, with love. The end of those times are near and the sun is rising again. It kind of gives that energy of like a cold, long, dark winter and that first day of just super warm weather and you're just sitting in the sun and everything's right in the world. That's kind of the energy I feel from this rune. Also, if you're asking about love, there's a lot of it here. This is like the warm rays of another person's heart, another person's romance. So also very favorable for love. Can indicate marriage, can indicate long-term success in love if that is what you're asking about. Overall, just a positive ray of sunshine coming through with whatever you asked about. So that is great to start with. Now let's get some more specific answers here. We have let go from your angels. Okay, if it wants to focus at all. And we have opportunity. Interesting. So first off, I feel like the let go card is saying a lot of things. Let go of your old self. Let go of the worries and fears you have surrounding the question you asked. Let go of control over the situation and trying to manifest a particular outcome. Just let it come naturally to you. Sometimes, you know, we talk about in Law of Attraction being in the state of receptivity, being in the perfect energetic state to receive. And I think one thing we all struggle with, it's almost like, what's the word? Like two opposing things. A contradiction, the law of attraction, because it's like we're taught here to do all these things to manifest this certain outcome, you know, visualize, do everything in your power, work super hard towards it. But at the same time, in order to receive it, you just have to let go of the outcome and just kind of let the universe do its thing and accept it into your life. Let it come to you, okay? And I see that happening here. I'm seeing you letting go of control and letting an opportunity come to you. So I would definitely say, for example, if you're asking about someone that you are dating here, instead of trying to feel so like iron grip locked into finding an answer to this situation and figuring it out all on your own, like let them come to you, let them pour their love into you, okay? You don't have to get every single answer here. You don't have to do all the work. Let other people, let the situation work as well. The sun shines every day. You don't have to do anything for it. No one is clocking the sun in, clocking it out. No one is telling the sun, hey, make sure you rise on time today. It just is there. It is consistent and it provides, okay? It is just giving us its healing love for free. And I feel like there's something in your reading that is showing that here for you. So really interesting. Also, I'm seeing here with both of these cards, I'm seeing the energy flowing down into you, and that is so like you can get energy and receive in an upward direction or downward direction through your chakra systems. And I just feel like when it comes in this downward direction, it's almost giving me fortune after difficulty vibes, like having to work through a lot of challenges in your life. Again, like you went through a cold, long, dark winter of the soul, dark night of the soul, it feels like, with whatever you're asking about, struggling, okay, on the struggle bus. And this is like giving me the rewards and the success after that struggle. And I really do feel like it's already almost in your energy, if not already in your energy. But I feel like because you went through so much difficulty, it's almost hard for you to accept that sometimes things just work out in our favor without us having to control the situation. So that might be a lesson involved with you here, but we definitely do see an opportunity coming through with memories, prosperity, love, big time. Love energy is huge, off the charts for you guys. All right, we have deep knowing. Deep knowing with the number 43. The number 43 may be significant to you in some way. Could be April 3rd or March 4th may be significant or not. Also the number 7, because when we combine these two numbers numerologically, it creates 7. Someone might be a life path 7. I don't know. There's a lot of things that can happen with the number 43 here. Someone's address might be 43. But we do see that you already kind of know the answer to the question that you asked, and it's just a matter of believing. It's just a matter of trusting the insights. And here's the thing, I feel like you almost don't want to believe it because it's too good to be true, or you think this is too good to be true. Like why can't it be good and true at the same time, you know? There's no rules in this universe saying what can and cannot happen. Also, something I'm noticing here is that there are stars surrounding this owl. In the tarot, the star card represents our dreams becoming a reality, and we see trying to pull energy again down and it represents like trying to manifest something really hard, whereas this is like you're already surrounded by the stars. This is goal acquisition. This is a dream coming to reality, and I feel like it's coming into reality in the present moment as we speak. So you might have already met the love of your life. You might have already like are starting to see success rolling in, and for some reason I'm feeling like you're doubting it. And this is just confirmation of like there's nothing to doubt. There's nothing here that you need to be worrying about. Just enjoy it. Your spiritual lesson is to learn to receive, learn to enjoy, receive compliments, receive love. Let it work out in your favor. You don't have to overcomplicate it. I feel like one thing that might be your biggest problem, group number 4, could be self-sabotage. Like you're in a perfectly healthy, beautiful relationship, for example, and you're so used to being in traumatic relationships where there's constantly problems that you feel like it's almost boring to be in a healthy relationship, and you start a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like there's so many different ways in which we can self-sabotage ourselves. And we're seeing here, like, try not to do that. Like literally just enjoy it for what it is. Coming from the moon, we have emotions are running high, supermoon, so many emotions. That's why I definitely feel like a lot of you are asking about relationships. You don't have to be, or it could just be that you are like really emotionally attached to whatever you asked about. But I assure you that good things are happening right now. And again, supermoons can happen at any moon cycle, right? But in this card, we see a full moon, which shows like full emotions. Everything is illuminated into the surface. There's nothing hidden. And full moons can really bring up the situations, the habits, the beliefs that we do need to let go of because it's not serving us. And then paired with that let go card, I just feel like there may be some mindsets or something that you are being asked to release. You know, you don't need a magical medicine or secret ingredient in your life with this question that you're asking. I feel like what you need to do is let go of your fears, your worries surrounding this, and just allow the outcome to arise naturally. You don't have to work super hard for it. Also, some of you guys might have an owl spirit guide working with you at this time, or you just resonate deeply with owls in general. Beautiful. animals that fully can perceive things in the darkness and kind of see what others do not. It's really psychic, also very intelligent, you know, seeing everything laid out on the forest floor with perfect vision. So I feel like you're already, how do I put this? There's nothing hidden here, okay? Whatever you're asking about, there's no hidden motives. There's no hidden anything. Like, if you're asking about a person, they already told you everything that you need to know, okay? All of the information is already on the table. And I feel like that might be where you're trying to self-sabotage, thinking like, oh, well, what if this happens? What if this happens? Like, everything is already lying out on the table right in front of you. So don't be thinking like that, okay? Everything is a lot more positive and straightforward than you realize. The sun also represents masculine energy, straightforward energy. That, like we said, the sun rises, it goes down, same time every day, all right? Changes every day of the year, but like we can pinpoint with extreme accuracy when it rises and when it goes down, and it is never wavering. It is always on schedule. That is masculine energy. Everything you need to know is on the table. Okay. Let's dive into your tarot. We have 3 tarot cards to just kind of clarify everything. We have the Magician in reverse. This feels like you. This feels like you, I'm gonna be honest. When the Magician comes out reversed, it kind of gives me this shadow attribute of like control issues. So group number 4, I'm gonna be honest with you. Do you have control issues? Do you have control issues here where you need to know the exact outcome, exactly what's gonna happen because you have anxiety, you have abandonment issues, you have internal anxiety issues, which causes you to have this extreme sense of control of needing to know exactly how your success will come, exactly how this relationship will work out, exactly how everything will unfold in your life. First off, okay, I'm not like judging you because I feel like I'm being enlightened in this reading alongside you because I'm like, dang, do I also, like, does this resonate for me? So I just want to point out I am not judging you, okay? In fact, I really resonate with you because I feel like I am learning something deep here. Like, when you have this anxiety for something bad going in the future, or like maybe you've experienced bad in your life and you don't want it to happen again, it can create like this sense of needing to be in control. And that can come through in many different ways, you know, constantly nagging someone, like trying to figure out their plan for a relationship. It can even come through as manipulation, feeling like you need to be in that control, be the one emotionally in control, the one who's more cold, more distant. That gives you this false sense of control. So I would really analyze that within yourself, okay? I would do a deep dive into what is control issues. That would be my Google search if I was group number 4. What is control issues? How do they show up in relationships? I feel like, or whatever you're asking about. Because you're being asked to let go. You're being asked to just let it come naturally. Like, let life be a mystery when it comes to this question. The universe is giving you an answer. They're saying the most positive outcome that you can get from the situation is possible to you if you don't self-sabotage it. But the thing is, you're at a high possibility of self-sabotaging it in some way, shape, or form because you have these control issues. You're clinging on too tightly to needing to know every single answer, every single step of the way to the question that you are asking. And it is getting in the way of your manifestation actually coming forward. For example, okay, a random example. Let's just say you've been dating someone for like 2 years, okay? And you really want marriage. You know you want marriage. You know exactly what you want in your life. And you've expressed it to this person. This person said, oh yeah, I also want that as well. But then you keep hounding them like every single day. When is it happening? How is it happening? Blah, 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 blah. And let's just say that this person has a plan that in like 30 days, they're going to propose. And then the person who has anxiety and is constantly asking like, when is it happening? When is it happening? By like the 29th day, they're like, I am done with you. I've been trying to get answers out of you. This isn't going anywhere. And it's just like, if you would have just relaxed, let go and listen to what the person is saying, because like we said, everything you need to know about the situation is already on the table. They already told you. So for example, if it's a relationship, if they said, I do not want marriage, they do not want marriage. If they're saying, I do not want a kid, they do not want a kid. If they're saying, I do want marriage, then they do. If they're saying, I do want a family, then they do. If they're saying, I do want a long-term commitment, then they do. If they're saying, I have commitment issues, then they do. If they're saying, I don't like monogamy, then they don't like monogamy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you already know everything you need to know about this person. Okay, you just need to listen to it. And I'm not judging you, because I also, is this a love reading? Because like I'm going on this tangent so confidently as if everyone asked that about love, but obviously you didn't have to. So just clarification there. This is for whoever it resonates with, but I'm not judging you. I feel like I resonate with this as well, because I'm like, you know what? In my past, personally, I have definitely ignored people when they told me how relationships would unfold. Like literally, most people are actually pretty honest, and they'll tell you from the beginning exactly how your relationship will go down, exactly how, like what they want, exactly what they offer. You know, I'm thinking about my ex personally, who literally told me like, I am an emotional coward when I first met him. And I'm like, oh, no, you're not. Oh, sweetie, it's okay, blah, blah, blah. Guess what ended our relationship? Them being an emotional coward. They hid conversations from me because they were too scared that I would be mad. And then they didn't come out to their family after promising that they would, because blah, 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 blah. Bunch of drama. Okay, literally everything that you need to know is already on the table. The answers that you're seeking, you already have them, which is why your angels are like, listen, Linda, you already have the answers. We're not going to sit here and constantly give you answers and give you the script of what's happening, because when you ask for that, when you need the script, you are actually going to manifest a different outcome that may not be as positive, because you're trying to control the situation. So, okay, sorry for that rant. Very intense energy from your spirit guides. Your spirit guides are like hardcore, y'all. All right, last two tarot cards. We have Judgment. Let go, y'all, let go. Also, Judgment's a really positive outcome as well. For you, positive judgments, listening to your intuition is leading you in the right direction. So and also Judgment is a card to me of just like positive decisions that go in your favor, okay? Or making a positive decision for yourself that goes in your favor. And then your third tarot card is the Queen of Cups, love. All right, those who did ask about relationships, there is a supreme amount of love here. I feel like you're doubting it. And also, like, everything, again, is out on the table. You know everything. Also, this is kind of giving me that letting go energy as well. Surrendering to what you know. Surrendering to the present moment, okay? So thank you guys for joining me. Sorry if I got a little too rowdy there, a little too passionate. Comment what your question was down below. I would love to know what you asked about. Even if it wasn't love related, there's positivity coming in. There's a positive opportunity here. There may be someone involved in your opportunity that is really mature, really empathetic, compassionate, creative, sensitive, just a good person, okay? A really good person who really values you for who you are, that may be playing into this situation. Also, I'm seeing you kind of taking on this Queen of Cups energy of maturity, letting things evolve how they may, and having proper boundaries, all that stuff. So thank you for joining me. Comment your question down below if you feel comfortable, because I would love to read it. Comment how it resonated. Like this video. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already. I do offer pick a card readings every week, multiple times a week usually, and spiritual chit chats here and there. I will see you later. Bye-bye. Group number 5, welcome to your yes, no, maybe so reading. So you guys were only supposed to get 1 rune, but of course you have to be special. And you got 3 runes that came out for you, and they all tell a very interesting story. So first you have Rido coming out, and this is the rune of time moving, things gathering speed, changes happening. You know, any events that have stalled, any kind of delays, any bumps in your road is actually going to be moving forward. It's asking you to, it just shows good news with events moving forward in your life. I'm reading from a book because I'm still learning the runes. It's really interesting because it represents kind of winning at life. It represents things moving forward, but it does ask you to follow your own intuition. It does ask you to keep your cards close to your chest and proceed with what you're doing, but handle it with a certain level of finesse is what I would say. And the reason I'm saying this is because of the other two runes that came out for you. We have Perthro that came out upright. And this is the rune of gambling. Now it's interesting because you were only supposed to get one rune. It was a one rune reading. But this rune, when it comes out on its own, says do not do the reading at all. So I find it interesting that this rune came out for you and then like two others fell out as well. Because it's like, hold on. There is a story here. This is kind of showing like you're taking a risk, group number 5. Whatever you're asking about, there is a risk being taken here. But it's kind of saying to go for it. And again, the message of this rune is to keep your cards close to your chest. There may be some type of knowledge that you know that other people do not know. So for example, like, this is such a specific example. I'm so sorry. I was watching an ad for like masterclass. Which I don't have. I'm not sponsored by them. Never used them before a day in my life. But it was like George W. Bush talking. And he was just like, you know, I think it was a class on leadership or something. And he said, don't mind criticism because sometimes you have more information. Like he was saying how he would sometimes have more information than the public knew. And he would make decisions based off that and then be criticized for it. And I don't know why this reading just reminded me of like that 2-second thing that I saw. So I am wondering, you know, you may be making a decision in your life right now that others may deem as not intelligent or they're judging you for being risky, taking a risk. But there is also more information, more to the story that you know that other people don't know. And also I would say that if you are starting something new, if you are making a decision that you know other people will judge, be very mindful of who you tell that to. So for example, when I started my business, I was telling everyone about it and you would be shocked. You would be shocked at the amount of people closest to you who actually do not support you, who actually do not have your back. They all stomped on my dream, told me to get a real job, stop trying to, you know, make my own business a thing that happens. And it really discouraged me and it really had me questioning and only like kind of half putting my energy into my business after that. So I would be really mindful about who you tell your business to, especially if it, like, I'll give you another really good example. Oh my gosh. Another thing I did, I was a chronic oversharer back in the day. I would tell all of my relationship problems to people, like my friends, all the time. And they were only getting like the negative side of the story. So when I would stay with these people and I would continue that relationship, they would all get so mad at me, criticize me, and make me feel really insecure about the relationship. And then I would bring that insecurity into the relationship and start questioning my partners, etc. But the thing is, my friends didn't have the full story. And I should have been keeping my life a bit more private. So I definitely see a lot of the message here is whatever you're asking about, keep it private, okay? And only share it with people who you really fully trust and you want to maintain that trust with and who you want to share it with, okay? Also, there's a lot of psychic energy going on in your aura, in your energy with this question as well. So I almost wonder if your intuition is strongly guiding you to make a decision that may seem to be a risk, but you just have like this faith. And you know, risks don't have to be bad. Like starting your own business, for example, it's a risk. Getting into a new relationship, it's a risk. You know, your risk, great rewards in life only come from taking great risks. And you have a lot of positive runes here that are saying, you know what, if you do have a lot of information here, your intuition is guiding you in the right direction, and luck seems to be on your side right now, group number 5, I'm just saying. And then your third rune that came out was Algis. This is what it looks like upright. And this is the rune of positive selfishness, okay? Positive selfishness, going your own way in life. This is actually worn as like a symbol, an amulet by a lot of people. And it would protect them, their home, their family from, you know, health issues. It does a lot of healing and protection. So people would wear this amulet solely for their own healing, solely for their own growth and development in life. And that's what I say when I mean positive selfishness. Like this rune, it's just for me. It's just for my energy. Send all the good vibes my way, all of the healing and growth and knowledge. And, you know, it also represents dedicating more time to your personal interests, to your ideas, to your hobbies. So for example, if you're asking about business, if you're asking about a hobby, this might be a time in your life to be a little bit more selfish with your energy and put it towards the things that you want to put it towards. Don't feel as bad if you have to spend less time with friends, spend less time going out, spend less time pouring all your energy into other people with whatever you're asking about. This is a time for you to focus on your interests, your ideas. I will say that this group of runes is very good for anyone who owns their own business, for anyone who is, I don't like to gamble, like literally gambling. I think it's really dumb. I think the system is set up for the casinos to be the winner every time. To me, it's just really stupid, and honestly, I would highly recommend you do not use psychic readings to help you gamble. And also, I would argue, don't use psychic readings to help you invest in the stock market. And this goes back to what your runes are saying anyways. It's your own ability to learn the system, to learn what you're investing in, and to gain that information that will help make your intuition sharp when it comes to taking risks in that thing. Like, for example, having your own business is risky, sure, but if you do everything you can to study accounting, marketing, you really get yourself prepared and learn everything you need to learn, then the risk isn't as great because you did your research. So I'm seeing runes here that are saying if you do your research, the situation will go right. Same thing with relationships. If you just are raw dog in a relationship, anxiety high, mental health everywhere, don't know anything about healthy relationships, sure, really risky. But if you go into a relationship knowing how to have proper boundaries, reading up on relationship stuff, having a relationship coach or counselor, you are preparing yourself for success. So I want to say prepare yourself for success. Yes, take the risk that's involved with the question, but prepare yourself adequately, okay? So let's dive into your oracle and your tarot. My nose is starting to itch. I have a chronically itchy nose. Don't know why. If there's any doctors watching, want to tell me about that, I mean, that would be great. I think it's allergies, but whatever. You have listened to your intuition, which is pretty much what your runes were saying as well. How about that? Your intuition is guiding you in a positive direction with this. I feel like you already know the answer to the question you have. And I do feel like something you're asking, I feel like many of you who selected group number 5 are probably like, should I do this? And it's like, you already know you want to do it. Okay, you already know you want to do it. So go ahead and do it. I think the energy is great. Just make sure, again, that you're preparing yourself. And we have within the next few months. I'm seeing, okay, you know, the energy feels so unusual and interesting because it's almost like what you want to achieve from what you're asking, it may not necessarily be like the most advised thing to do. Like it might not be like if you just took your situation and you told some random person, they might say like, oh yeah, don't do that. But like a part of your intuition is just like, yeah, but I want to. Like for example, like getting back with your ex. A lot of people would argue that's a really bad idea. But for some reason, you might feel like that's a good idea right now. Or your intuition's guiding you in that direction. And like maybe you're setting yourself up for success. Maybe you are reading all these books, having these conversations, getting a relationship counselor, etc. So it's like, it's a huge risk. You are definitely taking a huge risk. But for some reason, your intuition is guiding you there. It seems blessed. And as long as you're keeping yourself prepared and in the know, like it might go well. I don't know. So really interesting. The energy feels like you want something to happen, but you don't feel like a lot of people will support it. And I don't know. There's a huge message here from your spirit guides saying like, listen to your own counsel right now, okay? I don't think your friends and family and immediate support system will necessarily give you the best advice on what you're asking about at this time, because it seems to me, like, here's the thing. If you have a loved one, you want them to be safe first and foremost, okay? And so when your loved one wants to do something that's really risky or really like there's a lot of risk involved, it is kind of natural to be like, maybe you shouldn't do that. Maybe you should have some systems in place. So like I get where your loved ones are coming from, but sometimes you just have to listen to your intuition. Sometimes you just have to take the risk. You gotta risk it to get the biscuit, okay? I am seeing that energy here for you, and there will be developments within the next few months if you follow your intuition on this. That will give you a very crystal clear answer as to why you should have followed your intuition. So let's see what else comes out, I guess. We have Yang. So this is the masculine, divine masculine energy. And we have the number 1, which is the number of self. This, I honestly feel like the message of good selfishness is coming through so strongly for you. I have another example coming up, and I do wonder if someone has this exact predicament who's watching. Maybe, for example, you have dreamed your entire life to climb Mount Everest, right? Now, on a logical, reasonable level, that's a dumb decision, okay? And if I was the loved one of someone who wants to climb Mount Everest, I would be like, don't climb Mount Everest. You know, it's really dangerous. I don't want you to die. I don't want you to do this. I don't want you to do that. But like, your intuition is pulling you, your wanderlust, it pulls you where you need to go. It pulls you to the experiences, the adventures that you need to have. And other people just don't understand that. So like, don't hate your loved ones if they are trying to discourage you from something that you want to do. I feel like this is saying like, now is your time to be a little bit selfish, okay, and maybe do that thing. Now, there are degrees to selfishness, you know, like, for example, if you had like a 1-year-old at home and you wanted to go on like a 6-month safari where you climbed all these dangerous mountains, maybe that's like too high a level of selfishness, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe that, like, your child needs a parent in that situation, and your partner needs a partner, like, you know what I mean? But like, if you are in the time, the place, the energy, the circumstances to be selfish, like, do it. Especially if you're young, if you don't have kids, if you don't have a partner, even if you do have them, like, there are still room for you to be selfish. There is room for you to follow your own wild ideas that are risky. And Yang energy is saying to do that. Yang energy is saying it is your time to do something just for you. I see you following a dream, and I see that with the stars here. Stars to me always represent making a dream a reality, or bringing something that you really want to manifest into your life because you want it. Other people don't have to understand it. Okay. Whew. We have message from the moon. We have the cardinal moon. Be bold and make the first move. Okay. I don't know why, like, when I tune into your energy, I just feel like I want to hide myself. Like, oh, I shouldn't, but I am. Like, you know? So I'm really so curious. Like, probably the most curious about what you guys asked as opposed to like any other group. Whatever you're asking about, we have masculine Yang energy. We have make the first move. This is your go ahead sign. It's not just a like go ahead and do this thing. It is like actually be assertive, like be the first one to reach out, be the one to say your feelings first, okay? Whatever you're asking about, whatever the situation is, it's like, yes, do it, and you're doing it first, okay? You're not waiting for anyone else to do it. You're not waiting for approval. You are doing it. You're buying the tickets right now, okay? If you're asking like, should I go on this trip? The answer is yes, and you should already be buying the tickets right now. Go and get the tickets, okay? That's what I'm seeing here. So there you have it. Okay. We're gonna get 3 clarifying tarot cards for you. We have the 5 of Pentacles reversed. See, this is why you have to take a leap of faith sometimes, because life can get so drab, so boring if you don't. And I kind of see you in that energy there. I'm also seeing you doubting your intuition, doubting your worth. I'm feeling like down on yourself energy, low solar plexus chakra energy, and I feel like it's associated to you not listening to your intuition, and kind of you were overly reliant on asking the people around you for their opinion, and it actually like set you back in life. And now you're looking at all these people out there living their best life, traveling, making these bold decisions, being so crazy, dressing the way they want to dress. And I almost feel like you're being really down on yourself and thinking to yourself, like, am I a boring person? Like, am I drab? Am I dull? which is totally like, you are exciting even when you aren't doing anything. You don't have anything to prove, and you are worthy of love and respect and confidence no matter what state you're in. But I just feel like doing this thing, whatever it may be, that you want to do for you, and you don't need the approval of the people around you, will have such a surge happen in your confidence, and it just will bring you back to life. So I'm seeing like a rejuvenation of your solar plexus energy, your confidence, your life force rejuvenating because of this thing, whatever it may be, whatever you asked about. We have the Nine of Swords, exactly. Yeah, this is mental health. This is like insomnia, depression, like in your head. And then we have the Tower in reversed. Big, bold change, y'all. Big, bold change. I really do feel like midlife crisis energy from you guys. I'm just being honest. I feel midlife crisis energy from you because I feel like for a while you were kind of playing it safe or just being overly reliant on other people's advice. And you're just at this breaking point where you need to shake things up, and your intuition is guiding you so strongly in certain directions. And it's like, you don't need me, a psychic, to even tell you what the answer here is. I feel like the answer is yes to doing something that you want to do. If that's your question, the answer is yes. Okay? Or if you're asking it in a way of like, should I play it safe? Should I do this safer option? The answer to that is no. You should take the risk and follow your intuition, follow your heart here, because it will take you, even if it doesn't work out, it will take you into beautiful places in life. You will feel more confident. You will feel alive. So that is your reading. I will leave it off there for you. Thank you for joining me. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. I really want to know what question you asked down below, so please let me know. I'm dying of curiosity. If you feel comfortable sharing, then go for it. Tell me how it resonated. If you want a personal reading with me one-on-one where you can ask any question you want, multiple questions, and I will do a reading for just you, not a collective, then the link to that is in the description, spiritpsychic.org. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.